Hey, what is it, sexy beast, GhostSickness, Tristan here. Now, I'm reading you guys 10 reasons that you're still single. Now, most of my audience is comprised of males. However, there are a few females out there. Now, this would apply to females, but it's mostly made for men. However, if you are a female watching this video, then you can just kind of flip the sexes and you're golden. So, also if you're homosexual, bisexual, heterosexual, whatever, this all applies to you. So, I'm going to get right into it, guys. The first reason that you are still single, maybe, is that you have not found the right girl. Let's say you've dated girls and you've, been in relationships and you're like, man, you know, they're just not the person for me. We just don't get along. We're not compatible. I cannot see myself dating this person for any longer. And that can really be a case for a lot of people. And that really sucks. But that's the hard reality of dating. And that's pretty much why we date, is to find out who we're not compatible with, who we are and who we're not compatible with, obviously. So that's reason number one. I've actually experienced most, if not all, of these reasons myself. So just keep that in mind as we move forward, because they are blanket statements, but I know them from firsthand. So anyway, number two is because you're desperate. Maybe you just want a girlfriend too bad. And when it comes to that kind of thing, it basically comes off like a stinky cologne that you just really don't like a musky scent. And you want a girlfriend way too bad, and that girlfriend is like, whoa there, like, slow it down a notch. People can smell it like a mile away, and it's just so obvious when you really, really want a girlfriend and thirst for one, basically, when you're thirsty. So then it basically turns the other sex off very, very, very often. So if you're desperate, then just don't try to date right now, because being desperate is a huge reason that you're still single. I mean, it could be, right? Anyway, just keep that in mind, guys. I'm not saying these are why you're still single, but these could be the reasons why you're still single. You gotta find out which one or multiple that it is, and then try to fix that, and if whatever. So the third is that you've exhausted your dating pool. Let's say you're in a class of 100 people, right? And 100 people in your grade or whatever, and you're, pretty involved with that class. And maybe your city's pretty small or whatever, and so you don't have a whole lot of dating prospects, as I'll call them. So if your class is 100, that's about 54 girls. And so if that many are... One sec, sorry, I had to pop my back. If that many are girls, and let's say you've dated like 10 of them, and then the other like 30 are in relationships, and the other 5 are like your friend or 4 or whatever, then it's really not that great. And so maybe you've exhausted your dating pool and you don't know a lot of girls around you that you can date, or that because you've already dated some of them are your friends, and other of them have boyfriends. So maybe that's the case. I don't really know. Now, the fourth reason is maybe you've never even made a move on a girl. Let's say you've been really good friends with a girl, and maybe you and her just click really, really well, but you never took it to the next level. You never hey, do you want to go on a date, or ask her to the movies, or maybe you're just too shy or too scared or too worried in order to make a move on the girl. So that could be a huge reason that you're still single, guys. If that you've never even made a move on a girl, never tried to get a girlfriend. And there's a difference between really trying to get a girlfriend and knowing that you have a shot and then not going for it. So keep that in mind, guys. So if you do have a shot with a girl and you just choose not to go for it, that's really on you. But if you do have a shot with a girl and you go for it and she rejects you, that's not your fault at all. It totally happens pretty often. And yeah, so just if you think you have something with a girl, if you want something with a girl, make a move. Don't be afraid to do it. Now, the fifth reason is maybe you never go out. This kind of goes with the last reason, but if you never go out, you're never really meeting new girls, and so you're never really meeting girls outside of your dating pool, and so that can be a really, really huge thing. If you're never going out, never trying new things, maybe your friend's like, hey man, you want to come hang out? We're going to be hanging out downtown all night. It's going to be fantastic. Or do you want to sneak out, or you want to do something like this? And you always say, no. That's probably why you're still single, because you're not going out. You're not meeting these new girls. You're not trying new things. You're not doing anything exciting, and that makes you not exciting for other girls, and that just makes you don't have the chance to meet girls through those avenues. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, the sixth reason could be that your standards are simply too high. Maybe you just are only attracted to the hottest of girls, and 75% of those girls have boyfriends, the other 25% they're just way too hot. And having high standards is not really a bad thing, but when it really impacts your dating, where you're let's say a girl likes you, but she's really awesome and really cool, but maybe she's a 7 and you want an 8. Maybe there's that, right? And don't look for marriage material right now, but maybe she's a 7 and you want an 8, and you're not going to settle for any less than. There's a difference between settling and really settling in a relationship. So maybe your standards are just too damn high, and you're rejecting all these girls that you have potentially shots with, and that's why you're single. So Number 7 is that you have a fatal flaw. Now, I've dealt with this one personally. I've actually dealt with all these personally, but where do you think I got my list from? Damn. So, number 7, you have a fatal flaw. What the hell does that mean, a fatal flaw? A fatal flaw is basically something that you do, and it's like one thing. It's just the one thing that you could change or do differently that makes girls not like you. So, it could be coming on too strong. It could be being desperate. It could be having too high standards. Most of these things that I listed are fatal flaws and or reasons that you're still single. But like a huge fatal flaw would be coming on too strong. Let's say the first thing you do when you meet a girl is like compliment her, say, "Oh my God, you're the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen." And you know, she's probably really flattered by that, but she's probably like, "Oh shit, this guy's really coming on strong." Or maybe your texting game weak, maybe your call game weak, maybe you're just too clingy. Like, those are huge fatal flaws, guys. So keep that in mind. That could be a huge reason that you're still single. Now, number 8 is different from being desperate, but it's that you're not emotionally ready. Let's say you're dealing with some really serious shit in your life, like just some crazy drama or crazy family situations, or just you're being abused, and that you're not really in the best mind state, like, you know, mentally healthy, if that makes sense. And so if you're in those kind of abusive relationships and stuff like that, then it's really not going to make you emotionally ready for dating. If you're not happy, then it's going to be really hard to make somebody else happy. And I know making somebody else happy can make you feel good, but you still should have your own happiness coincide with that. So if you're not emotionally ready, you're not emotionally ready. And so then you're going to have to wait until you are in order to get back out there and start dating or doing whatever. So number 9 is you have too much going on. Let's say your life is just too damn busy, right? This can be a good thing and this can be a really bad thing. So say you're like working full time and going to school full time and you just don't have time for a girlfriend. That's totally understandable and totally legit. I totally respect that. If maybe you're like doing several sports and you're going to school and you're working and you just got way too much going on, then it's totally understandable that you do not have time to fit a girlfriend regimen or whatever regimen, a girlfriend in there. So that's totally understandable, and that could totally be one of the reasons you're single, and there's really no much shame in that. But the last reason, and I know a lot of you guys have been thinking it, is that you just enjoy being single, and that's perfectly fine, guys. What I want to say and kind of end this video with is if you enjoy being single and if you know, love your life and everything like that, you're going to have a much better chance of being in a relationship, and enjoying being single is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fantastic. I know I have my moments where I really enjoy being single, and then I have other moments where I'm like, God fucking damn it, you know, that I'm still single. So it's really a roller coaster and up and down kind of a thing. Relationships are as well. Oh man, that burp though. Relationships are as well, but that's really all I have to say, guys. These could be 10 reasons that you're still single. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Do not forget to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get 500 likes on this video. I fucking love you guys for supporting this series. Definitely more of these 10 whatever coming. Leave your ideas in the comment section below. I love you guys. Smash that like button, and I'll see you later.